Hey everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to Goodwill. We're here starting off in the hat section, and we're going to pick up a few things in this video. Some, decent items to put in our store. Not too much, but at this moment I don't really need too much. We are picking up quite a bit of stuff, so a lot of this stuff should be hopefully bolo items, hopefully bigger profit items we can pop into our store. And I started up in the hat section there, but nothing really that great. Since I started in the hats, I'm going to swing by, check out some shoes and clothes. Lots of Halloween stuff. If you guys are or have Halloween, get that stuff out now. I'm actually going to be bumping up a video which I just shot today. It's close. What's today? Today's the actual date of me doing this voiceover is September 23rd. So a video I just shot today is going to go out probably in my next video. I'm going to bump it up in the rotation because I scored quite a bit of Halloween decor, just Halloween stuff in general that I want to get out now before October comes. I know a lot of people decorate early. A lot of people start October 1st. We start decorating our house September 1st, so that we have it for at least a couple months up. But I know a lot of people are going to get started October 1st. So I want to get this Halloween stuff out like ASAP. Also, too, what helps and will help get it sold is this quick shipping that I do offer. I offer one day handling time. It's out the door, so that will help as well. So people don't have to be waiting for it, and they will see that I do ship quickly, and they will get their item quickly, and they'll be able to decorate their home or wherever they're going to decorate at as soon as October hits. But we're going to scour the shelves. If we do find anything Halloween here, we're also, Halloween right now, is obviously, it's here. It's basically here, so as you can tell by the store. All right. Here's the green glass section here. We have a lot of large stuffed animals, which I don't really want to deal with. I pick up stuffed animals sparingly. Not just, I just don't, it's not that you don't see it in the videos, but I just don't pick them up in general. That they have to really either be extreme, like, what's the word, nostalgia for me, or a good price for a plush. It's got to be over a $20 plush in order for me to even consider purchasing a plush. I'm not just going to fill my store with plush. Yeah, even if it's a dollar plush, 25-cent plush, those things take up a lot of space, and they don't move very quickly, no matter what kind of plush it is. Even the squishmallows. Don't go down the squishmallow. I'm going to tell you right now, don't buy squishmallows. They'll sit forever, and they're generally pretty big. They'll take up a lot of space. They do crunch down pretty well, though. But, yeah. There was a beeping sound happening, like a sound happening here when I was getting close to this area. I realized it was those walkie-talkies, and decided to look them up, but they're not going to be worth it. CB radios, some of the ones, especially the ones that look like walkie-talkies, I guess they are walkie-talkie too, but CB radios do really well, so definitely keep your eye out for them. I haven't come across any recently, but they do pretty good. Actually, the last one I came across was at this Goodwill, and it was in the glass, but the battery compartment was severely corroded. It was bad, and I didn't really feel comfortable picking it up and attempting to rescue it. Although it could be done, the corrosion isn't the end of the world. when it comes to components. You can clean it up. It can be done. It's just how much time are you going to put into it, and how much are you eventually going to sell it for? Is going to take up more. Is going to take up a lot of your listing time. Is going to take away from your sourcing time. That's the way I look at it. I'm not so much, even though I may throw that the cliche in here that time is money from time to time. I personally don't follow that philosophy. I'm more like, what else can I be doing with this time? And I'm making videos. Can I be making more videos? Can I be, prepping videos, getting them ready to put out? Or, for the reselling business, can I be out there sourcing? Can I be out there cleaning up something that's going to be more valuable? Should I be listing? Which I should be listing. I should be listing more. But at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. Like, I enjoy cleaning computer components and getting them ready to go, whether they're high value or not high value. But other stuff like a battery compartment, the corrosion it's easy. It's not that bad. It's quick. But I just, dealing with it, I prefer not to. Yeah, but it all depends on the value. And if there's going to be great profit there, I'll definitely clean it up. I'll get my hands dirty. Alright, the tail end of the electronics section. Electronic area hasn't been very good in this section, although in an upcoming video I did pick up a Dyson fan from here, so that was a good score. Look out for Dyson. Dyson products do incredibly well. Even for parts. Even parts of Dyson products can sell incredibly well too. Well, nothing. And this is source. This is what sourcing is. It's not we're going into the flea market and we're going to the Goodwill and every shelf is just full of profit, $20, $30, $40 items. I mean, I don't know what the exact ratio is, but it's got to be somewhere like 1 in 100 or 200 items you see are actually going to be worth it to resell. And so you really got to develop that eye or that that touch, that feel for valuable products that are even worth looking up. Because even you'll see me look stuff up, but I can't go through every single shelf and look every item up. It just takes a lot of time. There's a lot of time, and I would like to eat. I would like to relax for a little bit. I would like to list. I would like to work on my computer. There's a lot of stuff I would like to do, so I just can't sit here just looking up every single item. But in the beginning, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of looking up. It's going to be a lot of work in the beginning to hopefully make it easier a little bit further down the road in your reselling business. And you'll get to know the names. You'll get to know what's good quality, what's not good quality. If you're going to niche down, it might make it a little bit easier because you'll focus in just on one category or one item or one type of item. And you'll be able to quickly learn, about that category or that item. When you kind of sell a little bit of everything, it takes a little bit longer to learn what is going to be valuable, what is not going to be valuable, what am I going to pick up, what am I not going to pick up, what am I going to look up, what am I going to look up. That was quick. Because I wanted to talk about this little... I'm not buying that Barney, I'll tell you that right now, but I thought it was hilarious, just the look of the Barney. I'm going to look it up, just to see if it's worth anything. But I was going to go show my wife that Barney. He looked kind of funny. This is one of those, like, Cabbage Patch Lion, I think. Not super sure if it was an older one or newer one. I'm leaning towards more it was a newer version of it, just based on the tag. It does get a little tricky when it comes to toys nowadays because they are re-releasing a lot of those old vintage toys that have the same look, that have the similar feel now. So I just got a bunch of like Masters of the Universe characters, and they're all modern ones, but they look and feel like the originals. I mean, if to the untrained, you probably wouldn't know the difference, but if you have been dealing with vintage toys, you are selling newer toys, you will be able to tell the difference based on the feel. Also, too, they should be marked as well. They should all be marked, and that'll also help you. But it gets tough. It's getting tough because, like especially with Cabbage Patch, I know they re-released a bunch of Cabbage Patch dolls, and they do look similar. And I'm not a Cabbage Patch expert, so it takes me a little bit longer just to determine, if it's worth it or not. But I'm going to look both those things up. I think for the Cabbage Patch, I might have to scan it later, just to pull it up as quickly as I could to get a quick answer. And when I scan things, so when you see me scan items, it's not necessarily eBay that's coming up. It's other sites where it's for sale. eBay could be in there. This is MMA, or it's signed Metropolitan Museum of Art. This is one of their classic designs. I thought about it for a second. It's kind of cool. It's really heavy. The price was no, absolutely not. But like I was saying, when you're scanning stuff, it's going to give you a general idea of what it could potentially sell for, because it's not going to give you solds when you scan stuff. And when I'm scanning stuff and I'm looking at the prices, I'm looking at my competition, not what I'm going to sell it for. I'm looking at who am I going to compete with out there online for this product. And my goal is to find eBay listings, because that's where I'm going to sell this on. And if I see any eBay listings, like I think it was like $2 or $3. If I see an eBay listing for someone selling it for $8, I'm gonna put it back on the shelf, because there's no profit there, or there might be like $1 there. And after you include shipping and shipping supplies, it's not going to be worth it. So it goes right back on the shelf. It will go back on the shelf along with that Barney. I'm not buying that Barney. It was more just a funny little thing. A Death Valley mug is kind of cool. I'm going to look it up later. I've seen these style of mugs. Those are not Janine. But some of the places ones, just like the Starbucks, where they have the bin here places, the bin here versions, there are various souvenir cups that could be worth something. This is from Death Valley, so I'm going to take a look and just either confirm or not confirm whether or not it is valuable. This was a bit strange of an item. It's a Batman branded bat that flies. Ultimately, it turns out not to be worth it, but I was kind of curious, so I put it in the cart. They moved the clear glass, so here's the clear glass here. A Tervis Kentucky Derby. Tervises don't really... I know a lot of people used to talk about them earlier in the year, but they're not... From what my history with them, it's not worth it. I'm going to look it up, though, just because it's branded Kentucky Derby. And sometimes the branding can make a huge difference. So, it's quick and easy to look up. Just Tervis Kentucky Derby, and something should come up. Nothing came up and sold, so I'm going to flip over really quickly over to what's currently listed, and didn't look very good at all. Prospects were not good on that. But we are going to scan the clear glass here. We're going to take a look at things. I do like to look through the clear glass. I'm looking for decanters for myself. Looking for any type of like Lennox. I'm looking for Baccarat. Some of the big names that are out there. Waterford would be in here. Sometimes random Pyrexes will be at the bottom. So you really got to scan every shelf. Look through every shelf, so that way you find the profit. This was interesting. There were several of them around. Could be worth it because there's quite a bit out there, but also there's quite a bit out there. So, and they all have the stickers on them. So why did they have the stickers? They just stuffed in someone's china cabinet forever and they never had the opportunity to to host a party to use them. So what else? Those are kind of cool, but I don't think I'm looking for anything signed really in the clear glass. I mean, yes, there are some great clear glass pieces that I picked up in the past. Some cut glass, hand cut glass, some really cool etched glass that I've sold in the past. Doesn't all have to be necessarily be signed, but I'm really looking for those signed pieces to put into my store. Because clear glass will tend to sit for a while. It's not a very quick seller unless it's like a just amazing piece. I'm gonna look. I haven't really purchased any silverware recently. I haven't really seen much. I'm gonna pick up some stuff in the glass. And I forgot to film that section, but we'll definitely cover that in the recap. There was a Bose headphones and Beats speaker as well too. And then my wife picked up a couple things. I thought this was a Deneen. I thought for sure that was a Deneen mug. We'll go over more in the recap, but it was not a Deneen mug. But it was a really cool mug though. Well, I was getting a phone call. Like, of course, when I'm outsourcing, people are looking for me. This is actually from Avon. It's a Julius Caesar head. It's a cologne, which I didn't smell the cologne right off the bat, so I was kind of curious. At first, I didn't think it was Julius Caesar. I mean, I was leaning more towards like who was I thinking of? I was thinking of the other Roman emperor. I am a bit of a history guy as well too. I do dabble in a little bit of everything, history, physics, and all that. So I do enjoy that stuff. But that other, who was that other? Who was that other guy? The guy I was thinking of was Caligula. That's who I was thinking of. I was thinking of Caligula. As soon as I picked it up, that's what I had in my head. Not a very... Is he famous? Yeah, he's famous, but not that famous. Not as famous as Julius Caesar. But I will try not to be a Julius Caesar. There will be a flea market video coming out where I picked up a coin which was from the era of the Eastern Roman Empire, from the time of Constantine, the Emperor Constantine, that I found at the flea market. It's not crazy valuable, but we'll dive into that when that flea market video comes out. These clocks are pretty cool. I've sold the clown ones, but they don't go for that much. You'll start to see a lot of those resin clocks around. I wouldn't pick them up anymore. But that's going to wrap it up here, and we're going to go ahead and go into the recap. Hi everybody, so welcome to the recap here. So a few great items, nothing wild, nothing crazy. Well, maybe a couple of wild things. But just a quick little trip. It's a Thursday trip. It's a trip that I go take with my wife as soon as she gets out of work. If I'm working, then as soon as I'm done with work, we'll go head over there. It's the closest Goodwill to us. Not too far, a few miles down the road. But that's one of the Goodwills we kind of got started at. When we started officially like thrifting, is this Goodwill here, and as of late, it just really hasn't been that good. And it's not isolated just to that Goodwill. It's been other Goodwills around the area. But we'll get into some talking points later on in the video. And as you saw in my video yesterday, I shot from part of the video. I shot upstairs. Now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm still going to shoot down here because this is like my intake area, and I don't want to have to take stuff upstairs, shoot, then bring it all back down. I'm going to shoot the recap here, where we just quickly go over the items. I'll give you a little more close-up view, because some stuff wasn't on camera that we picked up, and because my wife is also there as well with me. On some of these adventures, my wife is out there with me, so I want to make sure that you guys see everything that we're purchasing. Because the main reason why I wanted to make these videos is because I've been seeing a lot this year. I kind of just started this year with these eBay thrifting flea market videos, is because a lot of people have been having issues reselling, and primarily on eBay. This channel is geared towards eBay. People that with a long history with huge stores, and unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I can't relate to those stories because sales have been consistent. So I want to bring to you guys out there, what am I doing? What am I picking up? The most important thing is what I'm reselling. What's moving in my store? What am I buying to put in my store to move? Because everything in my store, I only expect it to be there maybe a year. A year's the longest. If it's going over a year, I'm already like, all right, we're not buying that again. I'm discounting it and getting it out of here. But everything in my store has confirmed sales. Might not have the best sell-through rate, but all sales are pretty much confirmed. Okay, there are a few outliers because I do pick up some computer components, and I will mention those in the video, like why I'm picking those up. But one of the main reasons is because I'm an expert in that field of computers, computer electronics, building computers, components, software, all that. So I have a little bit more knowledge on those topics, and I know there's a market for some of this stuff out there. And as a matter of fact, in an upcoming video, I was at the flea market. I ended up buying a motherboard there, and it's from a seller that I don't buy a lot from. They pretty much price according to what eBay has listed. But the motherboard that was inside the box wasn't the same motherboard. The motherboard in the box wasn't the motherboard that was actually labeled on the box. The box said it was an Asus motherboard, but it was an Asus motherboard box. And inside the box was an 8-bit motherboard. More specifically, if you guys were into gaming, if you guys were gaming in the early 2000s, if you guys played Unreal Tournament, which was insane, you'll know Fatality. And he was the biggest name in gaming at that time. I know nowadays, everybody, we have all these streamers, lots of big gamers stream on YouTube and everything. But Fatality was like one of the biggest names in the early 2000s. So it was a Fatality motherboard, which was actually more valuable than the motherboard that was on the box. So that will be coming up too. But I also too, I'm going to be linking in my, because I want to gear everything towards teaching and helping people resell every aspect of it. I just started another channel. I already got a few videos up on there, and it's just packaging up products to ship out. So all it is me boxing items up. I do the first 10 on my on my orders. I don't want the videos to be too crazy, and it takes me a little bit of time filming and packaging so that I can show you guys the item. And I do it silent, ASMR style. Don't really want that to be too much. Just get down to the meat and potatoes. just the basics. Shipping, wrapping stuff up, putting stuff in boxes. And if you guys want to see that, I'll have that channel linked down below, because I know shipping is another difficulty when it comes to reselling online, specifically reselling on eBay. Otherwise, here are the items in the recap. So first of all, we got this mug. Now, at first glance, it looks like the Deneen mugs that I pick up and I resell. I collect these Deneen mugs. So at first glance, it looks dead on like a Deneen mug. And so I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. The Statue of Liberty, it would be really great to my collection. But it just had an odd shape to it. It had the similar shape, but the size was a bit different. And even the handle was a bit different. So like, But then when you flip it over, you'll see it is a Sunset Hill pottery, stoneware. Sunset Hill stoneware. So, I'm like, doggone it, it's not a Deneen. Still a good mug, but, I collect Deneen. Those are the ones I want. So I'm going to sell this one $5.29 on the label there, if you guys can see it. And this one actually will go for about $20. So not a bad mug. 15 to 20, I would say. And, you know, we'll make decent money on it. I'm hoping to lean towards more of the $20 area. We will see. But some of the other stuff we got, I was thinking, I was like, what is this stuff? Why did my wife get this? This is not a resale. This is for a project for my son. So I was like, okay, if you guys ever need anything for school, for your kids, projects, you know, because projects are, you know, you don't want to go to Target and end up spending like $30, $40 for, you know, a project that they have to turn in, and then that's it. You never see it again. But check out Goodwill if you need stuff for your kids, projects, anything like that. It's a great, look at it, $4.39. You needed the yarn, so look at that. We got a bunch of yarn actually. More yarn, $4.39. So good place to shop, you know, for yourself or your family or kids. Then we got a couple. I don't think this, you know, I don't think I have to. This is a Beats. I don't think I have to say anymore. It's a Beats pill. I've actually been using it for a little while. I haven't taken the tag off. $25, but this should go for $50 to $60. It's nice. Charges with the lightning plug. I know the latest iPhones. I don't know if the rest of Apple's line is going to move over to USB-C, but still charged with lightning. Still, it's a Beats. It's a great Bluetooth speaker. One way you could tell with speakers and headphones, if they are quality, another big name there, Bose, is the weight as well too. You know, the weight will really kind of tell you if it's good quality or not. If they're super light, generally that means the components aren't that great inside. So they're heavier, on the heavier side. You know, that will be an indication that it could be a good buy when it comes to headphones and portable speakers. And then, of course, these are Bose. I mean, Bose. You guys, and I actually just sold a pair of these. This was $30 on those. So you guys can see that, $30. So I definitely paid up a little bit, but these will go more in the 80. I'm guessing anywhere between 80 to 120. I know it's a big range, but we're gonna be $20, $25, $30 in profit, maybe more. So kind of a no-brainer. Sometimes you gotta spend a little bit to make a little bit more. And then definitely want to check the ear cups, because this is the part that usually gets wore out first, because they're right up against someone's skin on their ears. And these are pretty good. They're in pretty good condition. There's a little bit on the inside, a little bit of foam. I think it's made, like, it has holes on the inside to kind of help with, I guess, you know, if you get sweaty, heat dissipation. But some of the foam's kind of popping out. But they're in great shape, in great condition. So, got to get these listed. These will be good money. Now, the other item that is a great item to look out for, it is a Bolo item. I don't really like saying Polo because, you know, you can't really base your whole eBay business on Bolos, because, you know, there's only a handful of Bolos out there, and, you know, if you're chasing Bolos all the time, you're going to be losing money most of the time, or wasting time. The Friday, the day of me shooting this recap, but that's a honey tea. I like to put honey, just straight up honey and hot water, and that's it, and slowly sip that. I do believe that, I don't know if it's true or not, but I do believe if you're drink or eat local honey, it'll kind of help with seasonal allergies in your area wherever you live. And I don't know, I do have allergy problems, like watery eyes, runny nose, you know, the typical scratchy throat. And as long as I drink a cup of this a day with a hefty tablespoon of honey, you know, I don't seem to have any allergies. So, or it's not that severe. I do get watery eyes are my big thing, big problem. But it's not that severe. And tell you the truth, once if I miss a couple of days, I'll notice my eyes start to water. And so, drink my honey, and you like my mug too. It's not a Deneen, but I did get this at Goodwill, and it is a really cool little Bigfoot. This is couldn't find any comps on this, but 2019. Can't really read the name. Somethingwood.com. I don't know, but I just liked it. I'm keeping it. Like that. I'm a huge cryptozoology fan. That stuff. Alien. Not really big on like eBay conspiracy stuff. I do like to listen to everybody's, what everybody's talking about, so I can stay in the know in the reselling community. When it comes to like alien conspiracies or Bigfoot conspiracies, I'm all into that. We used to go ghost hunting when I was younger, and that was fun. Either way, back to the cycle back here. This bag right here, I just sold one of these. I got it. I had it for about a couple weeks, and it sold right off the bat. Kath Kidson, original London. This was $9.09, and the last bag I sold, which is smaller than this one, $60. $60. So this is the bolo I was talking about, by the way. So definitely look out for that brand. It kind of has I know Sack Roots is another brand that's pretty much you can find almost everywhere at every Goodwill. So it has the same feel. It has like that like coated canvas, so easy to clean. It's nice and neat inside. This is probably more like a utility bag / purse, but it's very well made. And like I said, the last one I got, $60. It was smaller than this one too. So cool. And I just talked about purses being my #1 category, so there's another purse right there. One more thing here. Another Y2K. Now this is kind of a wild card because I couldn't find this exact one, but we paid $7.49. And I don't know if Y2K is running out. If that style, no one's into it anymore. I think it still is. I know a lot of people are dressing, the younger generation are dressing a little what I call grunge, I guess. The baggy pants, baggy clothes. And then this right here is a choker. It's not, it's gold tone. It's not gold or anything. It's not a precious metal. But that kind of like a dog collar style of choker. And it is I remember people wearing these when I was in high school. And I was in high school getting close to Y2K. So Juicy Couture has got the heart. There is a little, where was it at? There's a little bit of condition issues right here, but I don't really think it hurts the overall value of the piece. It's gold tone. It's Juicy Couture, which, I have a Juicy Couture purse that's been sitting for a while now. And when I say sitting for a while, I mean like 4 months. So I know some people have had, have their stuff, sit around for over a year. And that's just not the way I like to, run things. I want things moving, constantly moving. Has a few, like a little, I don't know what even this is. Oh, I think it's, J. I was just look. It's a J for Juicy Couture. Juicy, I guess. So, cool little thing. I'm guessing probably around $25, maybe $30 for this guy. Just based on similar comps, not the exact comps, similar comps. So, we're going to take a chance on that one. But some great items, nice high value items to keep our keep our average sale price up and keep it right around that $40 range, which is where I'd like to have it. But those are the items here that we purchased, and let me know in the comments if you guys are familiar with any of these. Of course, I have a lot of bows and beads. Those are everywhere. But we're going to go ahead and go right into the topic for the day. Okay, everybody, so what I want to talk about is sourcing in this topic for the day. And sourcing is, of course, the most important part of our business, or the business of a reseller, because you need stuff to resell. Now, I've talked about it before. Where are you going to go? There's thrift shops, there's flea markets, there's garage sales. Best prices are at garage sales, in my opinion. Second best pricing, flea market. Then the thrift stores. Goodwills, Pricing, yes, have gone up over the years. I feel like a weird echo because of this purse here. Let me move that. It's kind of too close to my face. Okay. So Goodwill's pricing, yes, has gone up, but it's not. Their pricing isn't consistent between stores. So you will find stores that price lower. You will find stores that price higher, and even just a few miles away, we've seen a huge difference in prices between Goodwills. So some Goodwills are priced, their shoes are priced better at one, and then you go to another Goodwill, their shoes are priced way too high. So you really have to have a lot of places where you're going to be sourcing to make this, make the money that, if you're going to make it full time, if you want to make it part time, if it's just a hobby, it's just a hobby. But if you want to make some serious cash, put money in your bank account, you need to have multiple places where you're sourcing items. Now, as you're watching these videos, and I try not to do as many. When you see the videos cut, I'm kind of more or less trying to avoid the camera from overheating. For some reason, when I shoot in 4K, the little GoPro overheats or the battery dies relatively quickly. I tend to take an extra one, but for the sake of conserving battery, I will tend to turn it off and on. And sometimes I will make cuts in the video depending upon what's happening, around me, or if I just don't think it's relevant. But the overall feeling of the videos where I'm at Goodwill or I'm at the flea market is to kind of show just the effort and the amount of time that it actually takes. I mentioned earlier about the ratio of what's actually profitable and what's actually not profitable. I don't know, it's like I don't know the exact number, like 1 in 100, 1 in 200 items. It's not very good. You can see what I walk out with, and it's a whole store, and you'll see that I walk out with only a handful of things. So the ratio could be a lot more just based on the volume of stuff that they actually have. So don't get discouraged, and that's the main message I want to bring to you guys, to resellers. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in reselling, or maybe it's just entertainment. But don't get discouraged by not finding stuff at one store or at one flea market, because it's really easy to have several days of sourcing, and maybe you only get 1, 2, 3, or 4 items. That's it. Which is why it's so important when you're able to buy more inventory on certain days. If you go to a thrift store, they just have a bonanza of stuff. I spoke earlier that I'm bumping up a video that I just shot today, the day of me actually finishing this video, because it was just so much stuff. It's Halloween stuff, and Halloween is almost a month away now, so I got to get that stuff out there. So when days like this come up, when days where you can buy a lot of stuff, there's a lot of profitable items, you got to jump on it. You got to jump on those days when you find them, because you don't know if the next day that could be like a dud. It could be like a 1 item, 2 item day. You just don't know. So don't get discouraged when you're going through Goodwill and you're not finding stuff. You go into the flea markets, and the flea markets, you will generally always find profitable items at a flea market. I've never walked out of a flea market with nothing. That is, if you walk into a flea market, if it's a good sized flea market, like you see in my videos, if I walk out with nothing, there's something wrong with me. Either I'm not feeling good, or it would have to be I'm not feeling good, because I will find something to resell. Garage sales are also incredibly hit or miss, which is why you really don't see me going to garage sales. A lot of the garage sales are clothes. I don't do too much in clothes, and most of it is just like Target clothing or department store clothing, mall clothing, which could be good. You could probably get a good price for it, but it's going to be more. That would be more if I'm doing high volume, lower profit. But that's not what I would like to do. I would like to do high profit. I like to keep my average sale price right around $40. That's my goal. And all this stuff here in my storage area, I mean, this took a long time to accumulate, and I'm still accumulating more stuff. You know, I'll have a flea market video coming out, another flea market besides the one I'm talking about, where I bought just a bunch of stuff, some long tail items, short tail items. So do not get discouraged. And these videos I'm showing you, like, you saw just the amount of stuff I picked up. It's not that much. That is not that much to maintain, you know, my eBay store, maintain the profit that I want to make. But I have all this other stuff is listed. The stuff behind me is listed. There's some stuff over there that's not listed, but it's filed away. This other stuff is all listed. So this is all selling and making me money right now. So I've already got a head start. A 1 or 2 dud day, 3 dud day, even a dud week of finding, you know, sourcing, I'll be fine because I've already built this up. So you need to build up a good supply of items that you're going to put onto eBay. Remember though, they have to have a sold history, preferably a great sell-through rate. You know, but really I look for sales history. If there's a sales history, then I look for, then I go look through sell-through rate. And sell-through rate will really tell you, you know, will give you a good idea of when your item's going to sell. If there's just sold listings, it really depends. You know, if there's like 1 sold but 200 listed, that's a bad item. If there's 1 sold, maybe, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 listed, even 10 listed, that might be good. Maybe you can price it competitively depending upon what you bought it at. But, you know, in the beginning, sell-through rate is very key because you're trying to get your business up off the ground. You're trying to bring in money so you can just get that money back into your business and build it up, so you can buy more stuff. You can eventually get to a point like this, where you have a bunch of stuff already sitting there that's out there on eBay making you money. You know, you're going to end up with a death pile no matter what. I know a lot of people, some people you watch, they're like, no death pile. You shouldn't be having death piles, but it's going to happen in this industry because when there are good days, and you need to buy for when you hit those duds. But otherwise, that's the topic. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know, you know, drop a comment down below. Let me know about your guys' sourcing days, where you're sourcing at. And thank you. I appreciate the new subscribers. I would appreciate any thumbs up. Appreciate any comments. That too. I'm going to link down below. My Instagram will be linked down below, as well as my second channel, which I just started, which is all just shipping. So if you're having trouble with shipping, if you're interested on how to ship, because I know that's a big item, it'll be down there. It's silent, ASMR style. I don't even think I say any words in those. So that could help you guys out too as well, because I know that's also an issue. But we'll touch on shipping and, you know, that topic in a later video. But thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.